All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this presentation. Super happy to be here with such a packed room of really smart people, and grateful to be in such a location sharing my learnings and everything. Also grateful for you to be here first thing in the morning because it's going to be quite dense and techy. So yeah, hope you're as excited as I am for everything that I'm going to be sharing. And yeah, this is the title, Profitable Facebook Ads for E-commerce in 2022. My unique scaling framework and top 5 learnings after $4.5 million in ad spend. That is the title, and basically the goal is to help you with 2022, like make 2022 better than 2021 in terms of ROAS. It's a challenge nowadays with iOS 14, we all know that, but that's main goal. And to get there, what I want to do is just share what I've learned and go very specific into what's working for me right now. What's the framework? What do I look like when I want to improve ROAS? And kind of giving you actionable stuff that you can take and then go back home and be like, I'm gonna implement that. So I think it only makes sense to give you 30 seconds of background for the ones who don't know me here as to how I came up with Facebook ads and kind of this growth phase. So I actually discovered Facebook ads in 2016 in an event that Patrick and Chris Erthel made in Barcelona, Bar Lexington. I will never forget that. It was a meetup. I was like this little kid, eyes open in these algorithms, Facebook ads, and they were super passionate. That was my beginning. Then 2017, you see this little kid in his bedroom. I was had 2 e-commerce brands, fitness, and that was my first Shopify sale. So also big moment all the way till today. My focus was into Facebook ads, scaling, and I've been able to, for example, manage 473K in a month. That was July. For example, another day we had 14K in ad spend, 69K revenue from the ads manager alone. And for example, this was Black Friday, making a client, helping them make 140K in 24 hours. So crazy stuff to this point. Those are kind of these numbers, statistics that I've been managing. 4.5 mil, more or less, in ad spend, 350 to 500K a month, and then that's 10 to 20K daily in ad spend, just Facebook and Instagram. It's crazy. And then, as I mentioned in Barcelona, whenever I mention these numbers to my family, this is what my mom thinks that I do for work. And I made this joke in Barcelona, and the thing is, it was in Spanish as well. So I showed my mom the conference, and she was like, no, of course no, I don't think, it was a joke. I don't think that. And then she mentioned, but your grandmother, and this is a real story, she really thinks that you're doing some dirty business, some shady stuff. I'm like, no way, because my brother mentioned something about numbers that I was doing to my grandma, and then my mom was like, she told me, she was in Spanish. My grandma was like, be careful with Manel. I don't know what he's doing, but I know these kind of things. I know a lot, and take an eye at him. I was like, no way, what are you saying? So yeah, and then this is real life. This is just what I do. Focus in the cave like a rat. That was Black Friday, actually. This was like 14 to 16 hours a day like that. And this is just like long Excel sheets, big ads manager. This is like the daily thing. So yeah, 3 super quick questions to mention to get to know you. So who here is currently running Facebook ads? Raise your hand, please. Almost everybody. Who's managing more than 20K a month? Good. Who has his or her own e-com brand? Raise your hand. Good stuff. An agency, freelancing, managing ad accounts? Great. Hey, Andrea. All right. So let's dive into the content. Super excited. Let's get straight to it. Who can relate to this meme? Almost everybody, right? So this is what happened to me, I think was early February 2021. Right before that, it was easy life. It took an account. 4 ROAS on prospecting was the average thing, was the expectation. Right now, we don't even see the 4 ROAS in prospecting, at least myself, when we push. And kind of everything broke when it came to Facebook ads. And it was like back to basics. What do I do if it's not tracking right? If I see no ROAS, I see ROAS sometimes. How do I manage this? So it's like, let's go back to basics. Good marketing will always work. And if we do the right things, we can scale. But it's like, we're kind of blind. So back to basics. Let's break down the ROAS metric for e-com brands. And what I'm going to give you right now is going to be a little bit techy, but it's going to allow you to reverse engineer ROAS. And it's going to give you you're going to have no excuse to not improve your ROAS, because you're gonna have the little buttons that you have to touch or that you can touch depending on your brand and what's easier for you to improve ROAS. So let's get started with the beginning. The ad in your purchasing process, the ad is the beginning. The ad is gonna give you a certain CPM and CTR, and those two metrics will make up for the CPC. So from the ad, you'll get a certain CPC, right? And then in the website process, you'll get a conversion rate and an AOV. This is clear, this is super easy, right? So then we get the first formula, which is CPC divided by conversion rate. That's gonna give you your CPA, right? And that's the first thing that that's gonna affect your, that's gonna affect your ROAS, the CPA. And then the second one, AOV divided by CPA, is gonna give you your ROAS. Now let me explain. If we wanna lower our CPA, the only thing we have to do is we lower CPC, so cost of traffic, or we increase conversion rate, we get a lower CPA. And that's gonna affect our ROAS. Because if we take down the lower part of the equation, ROAS is gonna go up, first thing. And then the second thing is, how do we raise the AOV? When I increase it, website metrics, website optimization, and I'm gonna give you some tips right now in a minute, but this is pretty much the focus. So you can and must reverse engineer your ROAS. It doesn't matter if you go into the ads manager and you see 1.5 ROAS. It's like, what can you do in real time to improve that number? So you have the tools. Only two ways to increase ROAS. Number one, we decrease the CPA. How do we do it? Two options. We lower CPC or we increase conversion rate. What's easier? In my experience, lowering CPC. How do we lower the CPC? We either decrease the CPM or increase the CTR. Can we really decrease the CPM? Not really, because it's the audience and we're just like pushing on Facebook and it's an auction, so we cannot really touch it. It's better to increase the CTR. How do we increase the CTR? Better creatives. So if we want to increase ROAS, we decrease the CPA. If we want to decrease the CPA, we make better creatives. And I'm going to show you how in a minute. Second option, increase the AOV. There's only these two options to better your ROAS. So right now you have to think in real time, what's easier for my brand? Increasing the AOV or decreasing cost of traffic right now? Go into the ads manager. If you see high cost of traffic, that's your issue. That's going to affect your ROAS. If you see the AOV is lower compared to market average, that's your issue right there. So only two things. That being said, better ads, higher AOV. And then I think I've solved everything. And then iOS 14 pops up. I'm like, okay, this doesn't work anymore. It's not enough. And then I came up with flash campaigns. I was seeing the client doing this really, really good. We took it to the next level. I took it to all the other accounts. It's working like wonders. And I'm going to show you exactly how I implement those flash campaigns in a minute. And I just packed everything into the CMF scaling framework. C stands for creatives, M, metrics, F, flash campaigns. Super simple, and those are the three things around my entire scaling strategy, CMF. Let's go into this. Super quick proof as to what this has been able to accomplish for us. In the left, we can see skincare brand. For 9 months, they were at 0.33 ROAS. I took over the ad account, and in the space of 4 months, they got to 100K in sales with 5x return on ad spend by just taking these three actions at the same time. Another one, this is a fashion brand, high ad spend in this case, 328K spent on ads on January 2021, 740 on Shopify, and then with pretty much the same ad spend, we took over the account in April. Pretty much the same ad spend. Of course, this was November, so it was a great month, but with the same ad spend, we were able to add an extra $1 million in the Shopify revenue. Not only with ads, they're doing a lot of things and they're doing a lot of things right, but we contributed to that $1 million extra in a month. And then last one, cosmetics brand, you can see here, this is flash campaigns. So this is the entire year. There's a year, this is a year and 20 days. We crossed the 7-figure mark for them. And you think this used to be a brand making 20 to 40K a month average. And through the year, you see like the increase, especially in the last months. And it's like, we started like these little flash campaigns. We took over here, little flash campaigns, big flash campaign here, big flash campaign here, big flash campaign here. And with this one, I'll show you. We doubled the AOV, a lot easier. Everything becomes easier. You double the AOV, better creatives, do these kind of flash campaigns on a monthly basis, everything changes. So, and we only spend 86K in ads. So let's go into the unique scaling framework. This is it, ad creatives, website metrics, flash campaigns. All of these combined at the same time, it's what has allowed us to scale that heavy and to actually manage those big budgets. If not, I see it impossible. To go into the ad manager and in one ad account spend 350K, literally impossible. If you don't do flash campaigns, you're not optimizing creatives, and website metrics are not right. It's just like it's gonna break. So Let's go into the first one. What's the one and only goal with the ad creatives? Lower the CPC to allow scalability. That's the one and only goal. Of course, with your creatives, you're going to be doing branding. You want ROAS, but technically, you don't get the ROAS straight from the creatives. It's just like this entire process. So the main goal with the ad creatives is to lower CPC to allow you to scale the budget. If CPC is high right now and you try to scale it, it's going to break. And if CPC is high right now, you push it more, we all know that costs are going to go up. If this cost goes up, your ROAS is going to go down. We saw that in the equation. So the first thing, ad creatives lower the CPC to allow scalability. Golden ad formula, of course, like I don't have the kind of the secret, but these are the things that I usually look into, or this is like the pattern of the creatives that I have in the ads manager with like 1,000 purchases accumulated. This is the thing, you can take a picture if you want. Number one thing that we have is a scroll stopper. Scroll stopper, and this can be anything from like bold colors, a text in the middle of the image, an intro of the video that's random. Think about it for your brand, but you need the scroll stopper so that people think in their mind, okay, what's this? Because they're going at crazy speed in stories, in the feed, and when they see that, they have to just like half a second that they think, what's this? If you have that, you get their attention at the beginning. Then multiple products. This is something that's worked really, really good for me because I'm doing like fashion and cosmetics and all that stuff. And it helps a lot because you lower the risk in the creatives by showing multiple products. Meaning, let's say I'm selling shirts and I only show this one. If they don't like blue, I lost the click. So my CPC is going to go up. If I show them white, blue, and I don't know, pink, my chances of getting the click is higher because I'm going to be able to reach more potential people that want to buy those shirts, any of those. And I'm going to show you an example right now. You'll see the contrast. Another one, validated message. I see thousands of creatives with no message. It's just like, this is my product. If you don't give people, on Facebook at scale I'm talking, if you don't give people a strong reason to buy right now and give you their attention and give you their time and their click and their energy, they're not going to do it. Like we're humans, we're optimized to save energy. So they're not going to give you their time if you don't give them a strong reason to buy or to click. And I'm going to show you some of them in a minute. Active. This is like, it's tough to get there, but once you get there, life looks great. When you just jump out of the learning phase, you get into active, campaigns just go smooth. So focus on that one. And then engagement. The ads that I have as active and working really, really great have like 1,000 likes, 300 comments, and people just selling to each other. Who bought this? And then feedback. Yeah, I got it. Gets in your house at 4 or 5 days, stuff like that. So makes my life easier. Then you see here, what do you think is going to get a better CTR and a better CPC and is going to allow me to scale it and push it and push it and push it? Of course, it's the one in the left, at least in my experience. It's like very, very easy to see. I'm taking a big risk if I'm only showing one product. Because I take the risk that the women that see that image, they're like, I'm not into those boots, I don't like them. But if I show these, my chances of getting them to like one of the products, it's just like, it goes up like crazy, so my CPC goes down. Another one, what do you think is going to get the click? What's most interesting here? Of course, if I put a relevant message in the middle. If I put nothing, it's like, hey, this is my product. What effort are you making to get the CPC lower? Like, you're putting no effort. Hey, this is my product. It's just like, even lack of respect for the people that you're reaching. You know, it's just, hey, this is my product. Click on me. Why? And if you tell them these are my best sellers, up to 30% off, and you see those products, and these like bold colors get your attention, lower CPC. Another example, this is a client, this of course I invented, but you can see what's the effect in your mind when you see an ad from Gucci, for example, and it has 1 like. There's no way I'm gonna click, because I don't wanna be the first one clicking. This is like a psychological bias, but I don't wanna be the first one. I wanna go if there's party. If there's a party there, as there's here, you can see like 300 comments, 300 shares, 1,000 likes. I'm like, ooh, something's happening here. It must be interesting. By default, it must be interesting because a lot of people are engaging with it. I might as well go read the comments. What do we do when we jump into a YouTube video? Go to the comments. Let's see, because we want to validate that thing. And if we go to YouTube comments and people, great feedback, it's like, I'm going to see the entire YouTube video. You go into an ad, great feedback, this might be real, I'm going to click. If not, like it's like the expectation of the customer is going up and up and up and up. They're becoming super demanding. But so having stuff like that, mandatory. And you see like these comments, I fucking want to buy this, I need this, I want this, tagging their friends. this is gold for me. Like I see this is light, I get happy. And that ad, I'm just gonna keep it running until we sell out, which we're actually kind of selling out of the entire collection. And you see like multiple products. If they're not looking for an eye palette, okay, we have more stuff. So like I'm covering everything. Like many women will not be interested in a liner. Who cares? I have more. I'm not taking any risk in the creatives. Last thing, active, you see like accumulating 1,400 sales, 1,000 sales, 600, 600. These are gonna be active forever in the account. And then super quick examples of ad messages that you can implement right now to make your ads more relevant for people. 2 examples, so you have the super marketing one, and then you have like the softer one, and this of course depends on your brand. Like what do you wanna do with it? What's the message you wanna communicate? How able are you to get a new collection up? Stuff like that. So I'm just gonna give you options. Bestsellers, new drops, new collections, limited edition. Be the first to get it when it's new. You can talk about reviews. So these are soft messages. Of course, this is gonna make your ad more relevant to people instead of just putting like a product. And then the other one is last units, last chance, last hours, last 24 hours, no restock, sold out 3 times in a row. Stuff like that is gonna make people wanna click because there's stuff happening. I've got the product, I like the product. Is there a reason for me to go right now? No. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump on TikTok and have fun. That's usually the brain of the brain of the customer. So yeah, these 2 are the messages, and this is like summary of the golden ad formula, or at least this is pretty much, I don't have a golden formula, but this is what I see in the creatives that are working really, really great for us and allow me to go from 100 euro ad spend a day to 500 in less than a week. And it keeps on working over 2 ROAS. If not, if I don't have those things, I'm taking a big risk when scaling. And let's go to website metrics. Here I'm gonna go a little bit quicker because this is very techy, but basically the goal is to allow you to be so profitable that you can allow a high CPA and you're still making good money and you can scale. If you scale and your CPA goes up and you become like break even, you cannot scale. Even if you get like the best CPC, you have the best ads, which is typically what happens to people who run agencies. You're doing like the best ads ever, super amazing work in the ads manager, CPC goes down like crazy in a month, your first month with them working, but then the AOB is super low. Conversion rate is broken. What's gonna happen in the formula? So you've got the equation, the thing on top, great. The thing below, broken. Can you scale? No. So if we wanna scale, if we wanna spend heavy, we gotta take care of this as well. So increasing conversion rate, in my opinion, is tougher than increasing the AOB. It's gonna require A/B testing, a little bit of coding, and it's infinite. You can be like, okay, would changing the color in this button gonna increase conversion rate? I don't know. Just like these little things. So to make it a little bit macro, I would say like 2 things. For the homepage and the product page, just make sure you cover every single doubt and objection that people might have. So go straight into your product page, compare your product page and homepage to your FAQs or to your support tickets. Do they align, or you have a hole in there where people are like, oh, but this is not solved, so I'm just gonna jump out of this. Because usually when we, for the prospecting especially, because when we scale, majority is gonna be prospecting, the brain of the people, like their kind of their ego is scared and it is looking for reasons not to buy. So your work as an e-com brand is to kind of deflect those reasons, fight them or solve them pretty much so that they even don't appear, and if they appear, you just solve them right away. And when you have that, your conversion rate is gonna be great. Because usually when they click on the ad, they're interested. It's not like you have to sell them the idea of getting a shirt. No, they want the shirt, they're just looking for reasons not to do it right now. If you cover that, your conversion rate is gonna go up. And then the next one, this is a subtle change, but and you can do it with an app, for example, in Shopify. With a client, we use Harify, and there's another one that has it with coding. Cart timer. It's like order saved for the next 9 minutes, and that's just like counting down and down and down. Because we're very rational. Sometimes we just want a product. It's like, I like it, I see myself wearing that, but for no reason, it's like, but not now. And then you see like only 10% of people who add to cart end up purchasing. That's gonna increase your CPA. That's gonna decrease the ROAS. So here's one of the reasons. Another one, if you have free shipping for everybody, is a really good one to be like free shipping available during the next, and you get the countdown. That's really good because it's gonna come to an end. If you, by default you're offering free shipping because you're high ticket or whatever, or you can afford it, do that. It's just gonna give you an extra. So that's great in terms of conversion rate. Then in terms of AOB,
what was it too again?
Hurify. See, it allows you to put countdown timers everywhere. AOB, you've got like a lot. So this one really depends on the brand. What we're selling, what's the average ticket, what's the average price, because if it's 20, we're gonna be able to do some stuff. If it's already 150 your price, it's gonna be different. So we're not gonna be able to increase it that much. So it just differs on the brand. Some of the options, increasing prices, we did that with one of the brands. They launched a new collection, a lot more expensive, raised the AOB. So it allows us to pay higher for a CPA, we become more competitive, we win the advertising auctions, our ROAS goes up. Offer bundles, this is a pretty easy one that, for example, the cosmetics client, they were not doing it. And now in every single collection page or landing or thing that we offer, there's a big banner to get the entire collection, and right below, there's like little bundles. Like if you want a thing for the eye and a thing for the lip at the same time, you get this little discount. So that's gonna raise our AOB, and if even like 20% of the people who purchase are getting bundles, my AOB is gonna go up. So I can pay higher CPAs, become more competitive, I win. More stuff, free shipping threshold, like if you get to 6, just take the AOB, add 10 euros, for example, free shipping threshold. Express shipping option, many people are willing, I always do, many people are willing to pay 10 to 20 euros at the moment to get their outfit next week or next day, I would say. So if I want it next day, because I've gotten used to this quick shipping from Amazon, then I go to a private brand, I love it, but it says 5 to 7 business days. It's a turnoff. And then I see 1 to 2 days express shipping, paying $9.95. I'm like, just go. And that's gonna raise your AOB as well. And then typical ones, upsell, cross-sell, post-purchase upsell. Depends on the brand, depends on if you have like products that make sense that go along, or if you're selling coffee, it makes sense to kind of upsell them on get more and save. So it just really depends on the brand. Last one, flash campaigns, and here comes like these special things that allow me to go so heavy with the ad spend. The other two, pretty much we all know. We're probably, most of us optimizing to get those better. Now you have some tangible ideas as to how to do it, or some things that you maybe didn't think about. But this one is kind of the most differential strategy that we are doing. Actually, with the brand that we spend most, we're like 300 to 400 a month, I would say. They go very, very aggressive. They can go so aggressive because we have flash campaigns on a weekly basis. Of course, that needs a lot of capacity, logistics, operations. It's crazy, and they have a very special model. It's a fashion brand. But the reason we can go to 10K a day, to 15K a day in ad spend, and sometimes to 20K a day, is because we're doing flash campaigns on a weekly basis. And so I'm going to show you the structure now, and you'll see how it makes sense. This is another brand. Started working in April with them, 28K. And as soon as we start implementing these monthly flash campaigns, we start going up and up and up and up. So you see, in reality, what I can accomplish with these flash campaigns is, number one, I become more relevant in the market. Because my competition is not doing a flash campaign. I have a flash campaign, which you will understand now. I become more relevant because I have something special going on. I'm not just saying, hey, get my products every single month. I'm just saying, hey, this is happening this month. There's this special thing. It's going to end next week. So I'm the relevant one because I have like a party going on. And this is what happened with them, which, by the way, January, you'll see in a minute, but we're at like 360K. Like the transformation in a year, completely different business. They can hire people, they can move to a bigger warehouse, office, studio. This changes your business. So what is a flash campaign? Special time-limited campaign with an incentive or reason to purchase during the campaign. Super simple, Black Friday. That's a flash campaign. We've got two types, and I think this is the reason why we can do it on a monthly basis, because we're doing both. So number one type, the one that we all know, event-based. So we've got like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, New Year, Halloween, Mother's Day, Father's Day, just like there's everything. As long as it makes sense with your brand, do all of them. Do not burn people, but do all of them. And then the other one, I would call it brand exclusive. And that is when you pretty much do it on demand. You're like, okay, January is gonna be a slow month for us. Let's come up with a flash campaign. I would not do brand exclusive because January we have Blue Monday. We've got like winter sales. So we already have event-based. But let's say February, apart from St. Valentine's, maybe it doesn't make sense with your brand. So do one of these. And the thing with these is some you can fabricate them, meaning like 7 days of Manel Cosmetics. And those 7 days, you've got a different promotion every day. We did that with a client in Christmas, worked really great. So it was again for Manel Cosmetics, 7 days off and name of the brand. One different promotion every day, we become super relevant in the marketplace because we have something interesting that nobody has. The other brands are like, oh, website 30% off. And we're like 7 days of this thing, sending newsletter, social media, organic, ads, new thing every day. It's relevant. It has like a party going on. It makes it interesting. New product launch, new collection drop, product restock. There's a lot. And this we can only, you can invent as much as you want here. Just play with it and whatever makes sense with your brand, do it. What's the structure of these campaigns? I've extended it to 5 phases. When I explained this in Barcelona, it was 3. Now it's 5 because we realized we had to fix the end with a couple of clients. So phase number 1 would be hype phase. I cannot go into much detail. There's this link, which of course, just send me, you don't have to take a picture of this, just send me a message on Instagram or whatever, and I send you the link. I've got like a huge flow chart, and in there I explain just like everything in Flash campaigns. Phase 1, hype. Pretty much what we want to do here is just get people to become interested in the campaign that we'll have. Something big is coming, countdowns, send emails, especially organic and people in the database, just hook them in. Something's coming, get ready. Do not do it 1 month in advance because they're gonna stop purchasing until the campaign comes. Just do it like 1 week before and just to your people. They become interested, you raise interest, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then the day of launch, you just have like a big revenue spike. That's the first thing. And then in the day of launch, you can start with the ads. I would do retargeting ads in here, but very little. And then the retargeting ads go heavy in the launch. You use the word new, something new to be like, we've got something relevant going on, launch. Phase 3, you go into urgency and scarcity. Remember, this is a time-limited campaign, so that's what's gonna make it special and that's what's gonna allow you to spend more. Time-limited, so you go into urgency, scarcity, which is, let's say, last hours, last chance, last 24 hours, last 48 hours, whatever you wanna do or whatever makes sense. Just change the creatives, send emails, go into the organic, more countdown timers on the website. Everything has to go aligned. So banners on the website, if you can have like a countdown timer in the product page, when everything's moving together into that countdown, people become aware, and that's where you can push like crazy. Like the first hours of the launch, push the budget. When sales start to drop, just relax. And then when the urgency phase is coming, start pushing more and more and more and more and more. You'll see conversion rate going up, of course. And then you go into phase 4. This is optional, of course. You can do an extension, meaning when it's something very relevant, like sales, Black Friday or something like that, you can make an extension of 48 hours just for the people in your database. So in that case, everybody that was in doubt is just gonna pull them in. And then the last one, and this is quite key if you wanna preserve, the brand, and this is for organic, so email, social media, stuff like that. We do branding. What do I mean by branding? If we've been pushing like crazy, and let's say on a daily basis you spend 1K, and in the phase of urgency you were able to get that to 7K. You're reaching people like a lot more frequency, a lot more, you're just like becoming maybe sometimes too much. What do we do to compensate? The branding thing. What do we do in there? So many things we can do. One of the things is thanks message to everybody who purchased and to everybody who didn't purchase also. Like you put it on social media, thank you guys, you crushed it this time, we love you so much, thanks for the support. The message that you're sending is, yeah, number 1, we appreciate you, and number 2, you're positioning your brand as a big thing, like everybody purchased. And right now, thanks everybody. So the ones who didn't purchase are like, oh, if they're saying that the warehouse is so packed right now and they're extremely busy and they're shipping orders right now, everybody's purchasing here, so more social proof. Next time you do a flash campaign, the ones who didn't purchase will think twice. So branding right there, send emails. Even like if you wanna be super relatable, so one thing that we did with a client is they took a picture of the warehouse where like a lot of people were working in a big collection drop, a lot like friends. Friends came to the warehouse and they did like storytelling to kind of explain how crazy the sale was. And then people seeing that, it's just like it makes it relatable, and you position the brand as we sold so much. It's good for the brand, and it's good for your relationship with people, because it's a real thing. It's not like we're selling like crazy, 50% off, and then we disappear. Just as long as we're not selling anymore, bye-bye. No, it's like do the branding part. Then benefits of this type of campaigns, of course, huge revenue growth. You gain market relevance because you're doing something special again. You're gonna flood the algorithm with positive signals, meaning if a lot of conversions take place in a short period of time, you're gonna go with better ranking. It's gonna go better for you, better positionings in the auctions. Because like the algorithm is gonna see, oh, in this pixel a lot is happening. I might as well position them better than the other brands that are just like a normal pace growth. So like, I'm gonna give them better positioning. These positive signals is going to affect your entire ad account. We usually see like the prospecting campaigns evergreen that we have at 1.8 ROAS. As long as we're doing one of these campaigns, and it's prospecting and excluding people who see other campaigns, page viewers, whatever. These ones tend to do better when we're having that thing. Why? Because we're gaining so much marketplace in the advertising auctions. It just makes everything better. And overall ad account performance is going to improve. You see here, I'm going to show you the last example. This covers everything. So AOB, 77% up. With like multiple things that I explained. At the same time, we put them in the website. AOB is up. The ads that we have as active are accumulating a lot of purchases during this month, just 30 days. 17th December, 17th January. Active, accumulating purchases like crazy. Big ad spend, AOB higher, flash campaign. So you see here, like, this is New Year's. Christmas was pretty slow for this brand. It's like, because we did a heavy Black Friday, so everybody got their presents. Christmas was like, okay. And then we went to New Year's promotion, flash campaign, go like crazy. And then what we're managing here is we kept it pretty high these days. Instead of just doing 1 day or 2 days and then back to normal or even worse, we had like this long tail. So it's great. And these are the ads we were running. 200 likes, 1,000 likes, 28 comments, 298 comments. It's just like, I've got everything here, so everything becomes easier. If you cannot do all of them at the same time, just do like 2. And I'm telling you, it's gonna improve your ROAS, guaranteed. And then last thing that I wanna share with you, top 5 learnings after 4 million plus in ad spend. Number 1 would be, in my opinion, there's no such thing as Facebook ads problems. There's only business problems that reflect in your ads manager. So what you see in the ads manager is a byproduct of what you're doing with the brand, of like the actions that you're taking. This is the result. So whenever a client is like, oh, Facebook, it's not working. I of course don't tell them, no, the brand's not working. I don't go like that. But I go like, okay, let's fix something in the business that will affect what we see in the ads manager. So it's usually the other way around, and this is important. Flash campaigns are a must, 2022, if you want predictability, independence, and on-demand growth. What do I mean with independence? It's a tool. So whenever you need to raise the budget, let's say we want to have 2 new hires next month, we have to do a restock of 5,000 products, we're going to need cash, do a flash campaign. So it's something you can do on demand. It's something you can, let's invent it, let's crush it, let's do it, and then we're going to be able to do that. So you can be very strategic with this. And then this was a big one for especially last year. Am I good on time? See? Dale. Knowing how to scale is as important as knowing how to downscale. And here I can relate it to surfing the wave. So in Black Friday, we had to be really, really, really smart because we were spending quite a lot per day. And a deviation of 2 hours that I didn't downscale could result in like losing 5,000 euros in 2 hours. So it's as important to scale and like, yeah, there's a lot of party here. We're super happy, we're super scaling. But it's as important to know when to kill everything or downscale your budget 50%. And especially with big budgets, you have to be first. Meaning, if we know that we're in Europe, so for Blue Monday, we had to stop everything at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, because for the night in the US. Around 6 a.m. Tuesday, just wake up, stop everything, 50%, and back to sleep. But you have to do those things, because if not, that's going to affect your entire ROAS. Because, I had 4 extra hours of no sales, but I was spending like crazy. I mean, I was sleeping, and I had to have breakfast, and then, yeah, we just like, now I will stop it. Yeah, but 4 hours of no sales with a crazy ad spend, you fuck it up very quickly. So it's as important to scale and be happy, downscale and be like, okay, I prevented a loss. Then the money is in the waves, meaning it's very important that you know, for big flash campaigns, that you know when people purchase. And if you're in your store, again, we're in Europe, let's say they start purchasing at 6 p.m. and the purchases go crazy until 2 a.m. That's your wave of going up. So at 5, you should increase the budget. And right 2 a.m., I would say, if you want to stay up, it's a little bit crazy, but right there you kill the budget. So that's your wave. You cannot change the wave of the market. It's like people purchase when they purchase, and that's it. And if you see a pattern in your website, follow that pattern. In Black Friday, it was really crazy with the client that spends the most. We were like, the micromanagement of the ad account, it was crazy. I was just going with the Shopify. I see what's happening in Shopify. I check the CPMs by hour in Facebook ads, just go like crazy with the budget. And we can take an ad set or a CBO from 1,000 a day to 3.5, and I don't care. Because I know it's not gonna spend the 3.5K, because I'm not gonna keep the campaign running for 24 hours. It's just gonna be during the wave. So maybe it's 6 hours. So you need to know what's the ad, when you set up a campaign for 4K a day, you need to know what it's gonna spend per hour. And then you multiply that by how long the wave is. If it's 6 hours, 6 times the hourly spend. So you know what you're gonna spend. Many people don't know. Many people just say, okay, I'm just gonna scale it, 4K a day. What's it gonna spend until I stop it? I don't know. You need to know what's the average CPA you're expecting, so then you can get more or less the expectation of purchases you get from that wave. It's really important in Black Friday to be like so micro. And then the last one, and I've had this, one really good creative can be the only responsible one for the entire ad account growth. Meaning, you get one really good creative, really good product, you tick all the things that you need for the ad to work, you get it to active, and that's the one that's kind of leading all the ad account, and the rest is just like random testing, things that work today, tomorrow don't work. I've had this in multiple accounts. So like, it's really mandatory to find your golden ad. And right now, Marcus is gonna give you like some really, really good tips as to finding the $1 million ad. But once you find it, then first of all, you can then replicate it. But this is gonna take the leadership of the entire ad account. And I've seen it multiple times. You start with one, everything starts to work, and then you just like replicate. But yeah, one really good ad creatives. Summary, find the ad, follow those 7 steps as much as you can, find that ad. From there, you're gonna better your cost of traffic, and that's gonna improve your ROAS. Number 2, maximize AOV as much as you can. That's also gonna increase your ROAS. So AOV, ad creatives, lower cost of traffic, afford a higher CPA with raising costs and scaling, and you're gonna be good to go. If you can, run monthly flash campaigns. You've got the 2 types, you've got the 5 phases, you've got the tools, you can make it happen. So yeah, that was everything. Hope it was super valuable, and let's do a little bit of Q&A time.